Are you looking to get into the food truck business and you want to build your own food truck because maybe it's more in your budget than buying one that's already built? Well, these are the videos for you where I show you how you can build your own food truck from scratch, from A to Z. I'm Frank Baltier's and I show you on this video series on how to build your own food truck. We take it from the ceiling to the walls, to the hood, to the window that I'm in right now, and the plumbing, the gas lines, the electrical, everything you need to know on how you can build your own food truck on the video series, How to Build Your Food Truck. And right now I have been working on Big Red. As you can see from the color, we call her Big Red because it's a 7-foot trailer in the interior height. 7 by 16 is the size of this trailer, which I think is the perfect size for a trailer. Not too big, not too small. 7 by 16 is my ideal size that I like to use and prefer to use. This is what I have on mine, which is rolling burritos. And I'm just working on some little knickknacks on Big Red here, just trying to finish her up. This one right here are some trim pieces that come with the concession window. Just got to give them a quick cleanup. I use stainless steel cleaner, and what you use to install these is a rubber mallet. You kind of have to go around the edges right here, and it covers up the screws that are used to attach it to the trailer. So that's just something that I have to work on here on Big Red. It's about 99% done. Again, it's still for sale and available as of like right now. It could change here pretty soon, but as of right now, Big Red is still available. It's the only trailer that I'm selling. I actually am sad to see her go if she does go, but it's the only one that I am selling. And I also, on the video series, on the other videos I've done, I've shown you guys how to build your own generator plug. So this one goes to your generator. It's a you can use a 30 amp or you can use a 50 amp. I only need a 30 amp because I use it on my Westinghouse inverter generator. And then this goes to your generator inlet box, which powers up your trailer or your truck. It's the same thing. You can also use an extension cord and use this kind of end and then plug it into like your house or your commissary. That way you don't have to use your generator all the time. It's the same concept. I made these myself. I know you can buy them, but I like to do things DIY. So that's the series for this video on how you can build your own food truck. We're going to be covering some plumbing today, making sure that it actually works, it doesn't splash all over my face, and also some venting. There's a very important question that I answer at the end of this video that I have received various times, so I hope to cover that one for you guys. Again, I'm Frank Baltier's on this video series, How to Build Your Food Truck from A to Z, from scratch, where I show you how to do all that fun stuff. Let's get started right now. Again, I have a spreadsheet available. If you guys want access to that, reach out to me. There is a nominal fee to it. It's nothing crazy, nothing that'll break the bank, but it's something available that'll really cut down on your time on looking for parts. I think it's a big value that you guys will find it. It'll like cut everything down. So it has all the links there available. Reach out to me, rollingburritosfoodtruck@gmail.com. Again, let's get started. Let me show you also this little tour that I just did of this food truck. So let's go. I'm always looking to support local food trucks, and this one stopped by our little town out here, and I wanted to give them some business. Grumpy Guacho. They serve churros and empanadas. So we're gonna go there, see what kind of food they have. Every time you're around a food truck, make sure you give them some business. Explore the flavors of Argentina. So let's go and see what these guys have, or gals. So this guy had a pretty interesting setup. He told me how much he paid because I'm just an investigative type of guy. And his generator is right here. So he has a Cummins Onan diesel generator. So it's right there. He paid $17,000 for it. Crazy. So this right here, he doesn't have any cooking equipment inside. So he uses that as ventilation just to get some air movement in there. But that's his generator. He pushes a lot of amps because he has ovens in there. But just look at that setup. It's interesting because this is a 14-foot trailer, and he spent, according to what he told me, about $60,000 on here. So 60, and he had it about 6 years ago, are the details that I gathered. But that's where the generator is. As you guys can hear, it's pretty quiet. So it's a real nice, for 17 grand, it better be quiet. But that's what I found, and let's see if we can see inside. Yeah, he has his freshwater connection right there. He has his diesel fuel, his door to come in and out. And there you go. So I'm out of here. Yeah, go ahead. So before I hook this up over there to that little union that you see back there, I want to talk about what I have here. So this right here is what they call a union, a 3/4 inch union. And this is pretty cool because you can like take this off and then you can plug this into something else. This would be going to your, what do you call it? What turns off the fire stuff? Your fire suppression system. So that's what this would go to, and it helps you out when you're removing something or adding something. That way you don't take off your whole apparatus of what you're doing. I found these to be pretty cool. It's called a 3/4 inch union, and like I mentioned, all these I purchased at Home Depot because on Amazon you don't want to be buying like small little things. It's so much easier just to go to your local hardware store. It could be Ace, it could be Lowe's, it could be Menards, but my preference is Home Depot. So we picked up these tees. These are 3/4 inch black piping tees. And all these have little nipples. Some of them are real shorty nipples, and some of them are just about like 2.5 inches, 3 inches. So you kind of just mix it around. There's no right or wrong. And then you have these ball valves. Ball valves are pretty cool because they protect, like if you start smelling gas, let's say like right here, you can always shut this off. And let's say something's wrong with that piece of equipment. You just shut this one off and you can still have your other two running, or just the other one, whatever you have as a setup on your truck. You don't need to do 3. These feed my equipments, and this one feeds my water heater. And I'll show you right now when I do it, that way it makes more sense. But these, to be honest, are more as a, like an option. You don't have to, but they come in handy so well. But let's walk inside. Let me show you 2 things of what I did here. One of them is how I hooked up the gas lines right here. You can see the final hookup that I did. Obviously, I don't have any cooking equipment, so to the left side, I can't hook anything up. But that right side, I put that Blue Monster, again, I put it on everything, like Frank's Red Hot sauce. Put that on everything. So I put that on there, and I also want to thank you for your comments. Some people that are like expert plumbers and experts in their field, they give their tips, which I highly appreciate because it helps me learn on how to improve my installation abilities, being like a plumbing or even manufacturing, like little things that I find that people comment. And I was like, you know what, that's a great idea. So I thank you for those comments. So again, post them because I reply to each and every one myself. Let me show you one more thing and then we're done. Now comes the moment of truth. We're gonna power up and run the plumbing. Make sure that my water heater actually works, because the last thing you want is to go to your health department, get your inspection. They say, hey, turn your hot water, and then you're like, oh my gosh, it doesn't work. So you want to make sure you test everything, no leaks, and your plumbing works beautifully. So with that, let's turn it on. This is the switch that I used for my water pump. And this is a beautiful thing because that eliminates you having to plug in your water heater all the time. Mine is an AC water heater, which means alternating current. There's direct current ones that are DC, that are powered by DC. I would recommend don't buy those, because those are 12 volt, which usually come powered from your trailer. That's just my opinion. You can do as you please, but I would recommend 120 volt AC currents. The one that I link in the description. It's super easy, super nice to use, and it's literally plug and play. So we're gonna turn this one on. We're gonna make sure we don't have any leaks. Again, I have some water in my tanks, and the purpose of right now is just to make sure that my hot water heats. So let's run it. There's the hot water. It should be instant. Oh my gosh. It is nice and toasty. This thing heats up fast. They call this that tankless water heater. It is pretty fast. So it's getting hotter and hotter. And then I can turn this off. So if I turn this on, you guys can see on the water heater, there's a little red light that turns on. So I'm going to turn this off. That's like the little igniter. So I'm going to turn that off. It's right there. So that right there tells you that the water heater is heating and doing its job. Again, I just want to make sure that I have no leaks. So now we're going to turn on the cold water, make sure that we're not leaking. This side looks good, so let's run over here to this side. Oh my gosh, this goes hot. Woo! Toasty. Over here, that's the cold one. No leaks. We're good. Hot water again, instant. Woo! That's all I needed to do. So so with that, that's usually what they do at a health department inspection. Sometimes they make you run it for a while. It just depends on your health inspector. Everyone is different. Every county is different. Even like us in Illinois, if you do a certain county like Cook County, DuPage County, Will County, Kane County, Grundy County, they're all different. So there's no one size fits all. All you have to do is look at their website, make sure that you are in alignment with what they want, and you should be good. So, man, it looks good. I like it. I just want to make sure I test that water out with you guys so you guys can see it. The water heater, the plumbing, make sure we don't have any leaks. Again, that's how you run your propane line for the water heater. There is no cooking equipment, as you can see here, because whoever buys Big Red can have that customization option. So you can add whatever you want here. Even if you don't like this, you can add the chef base, which is refrigeration at the bottom. But that's an option that we can talk about. But this is no equipment installed because, to be honest, I'm not gonna pay for it. So with that, again, the spreadsheet is available, and it's a phenomenal way to save some time. Once again, rollingburritosfoodtruck@gmail.com. I'm Frank Baltieres, and I help you build food trucks. So let's go. So before I end today's video, again, thank you for watching, for commenting. I do want to answer a question that I get asked pretty frequently, is how do you vent the wastewater tank, or we call it the gray water tank? And to be honest, this is why I haven't been very clear about it, because I've always tried to get creative with it, because there's really not a correct way that I have seen, or like very straightforward. So all it is like right here on this one, I just did this. It kind of looks like a little chimney, if you guys can see it. Kind of like what would vent your HVAC system or your furnace in your house. So I just connected that just to make sure that no water like spills out of it. I did originally on my food truck have it connected with a T to this one right here. So it was like the same clear vent hose like this to this. What I noticed is as I was driving around, water was swishing. Obviously because you're driving, and it went through that little pipe and then came in here and then just flowed right back into here. So I did not like that setup. So I changed it on my truck as well. It's just something that I noticed that I didn't like. So this is what I used on this one. Again, I just picked up a little 1/2-inch adapter right there. I picked this up at Home Depot. It was about $5-6. And then I used PEX lines to connect it. And you can see there, it's just a little chimney. So it's just to air vent things out. That's literally all it does. Because this is just a dump valve, which I showed you at the bottom, where you dump out your water. Again, that is the answer to that question. Hopefully that helps you out. Any questions that you have, make sure you drop them in the comments, because I answer each and every one myself, or I make a video about it. Thanks again, Frank Baltieres. We'll see you in the next one.